She is 54 years old, OK? And some people are saying, oh, 54, is that too old to become a mother, a parent? What do you think?
Well, at first, when I saw the pictures, I was like... as most people, probably thinking maybe it is a bit too old. But then if you look at the whole setup, because I think it's all about the relationship that you're in and the people around you, if you've discussed it, so, for instance, if there are older siblings involved, then as long as you have that, you know you've got that support network and you know that if anything were to happen to you, that child is going to be cared for and loved by a lot of people, then it's absolutely fine. Why should you put an age on it? It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm 44... I had Betsy when I was 35, and even at that time I was thinking, oh, you know, I'm pushing it a little bit. But actually, now that I'm 44, that longing to have another child has never left me. You know, I still feel like I would love to have another baby because I'd like to add to our family, especially, and I totally get this with Bridget, is that with the guy that she's with, when you meet somebody new...
And he's a bit younger than her.
Younger. And if it's a second relationship, that like it is for me... You know, I'm with Eddie, we're really happy. And for me, it would be lovely to be able to share the experience with him. So why should people be judgmental about that?
Like you, my first reaction, probably my generation, my first reaction is like, ooh, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit old. But then I didn't have Jack till I was 42 and was desperate for him.
Exactly.
And you know, when we were talking about it this morning, I asked myself that question, how long would I have carried on trying?
But how long would you
And there probably were people then that said, oh, in your 40s, you know, oh, that's knocking on a bit, and, you know, the risks of having a baby are obviously higher, or things going wrong. But when you have that longing, it's, you know...
So what age would you go up?
I don't know.
60?
You know, I wasn't... Well, exactly, and then you say, who sets the bar? So if we say now, I know 54 is fine, and then you go, what about 60 then? Is 60 too old? Having said that, people don't bat an eyelid when a man fathers a child.
True.
60,
So
70,
I do.
80.
I bat my eyelids.
Do you?
Yeah, I think there is an age you've got to stop. When I see all these ageing rock stars, like, come on.
Yeah, but they've
You've
got
eight
younger
already.
wives, so why should that really matter? It's not... I mean, you know, I know they're older, but if they've got a younger wife or a partner, then why should it matter, really, how old the guy is? Why should it matter how old anybody is? As long as you love a child...
I think when you have the debate, though, the focus is always on the age of the mother.
Always.
I think it's always... What about the older gentlemen? Because, you know, they are fathers as well. But, you know, you talked about that longing. Well, I'm 48, perimenopausal, and I tell you, I don't know what's wrong with my hormones, but every time I see a baby, I literally think, I'm going to have another one. I think I can have another one. I'm going to have another one. And I'm literally staring.
Would you?
Well, the thing is, I genuinely am seriously thinking I could. I would adopt, because obviously Amara's adopted, so I went through the adoption process. And I do go home and every now and then go, do you think we could have another baby, Steve? And his answer is, no, that's it too, that's it. And I just keep niggling at him.
I think with the menopause, because I ideally, in my ideal world, would have liked more than one child. And I'm very happy with Jack. I'm very lucky to have had one naturally, and, you know, so I know I'm very blessed, and lots of people aren't. But in my master plan of life, I always saw myself with more than one child. And because of that, I still think I have that in me. So when I see someone with a baby, friends of ours just had their third grandchild this week. She sent me a picture, and my reaction isn't just like, oh, how lovely to have a grandchild. I go, oh, imagine that was my baby. I can almost smell them, and you know, I feel like I could do it again. Because I've got that slight part of me that's unfulfilled.
Yeah,
that I didn't
same.
have
We're in the same
enough
situation.
I think you have to be a little bit careful when you're menopausal.
I know, well, that's what I'm
because
saying.
Because it can be just skewed that way, because I found that as well when I went into menopause, because you start... It's an end of something, isn't it? It's an end of a particular circle.
Do you think it's almost like a panic?
Anymore.
It could be a panic. It could be, and the thing is, I think you just really need to interrogate it, because it could be hormonal, and it might not be exactly what you want. Because I still get those little moments.
I love
of,
then
if you're feeling that way at that time, surely that's the right thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If
The fact you're talking about it makes me want to go.
Much, then you wouldn't do it, and then you could miss out, and then you'd be thinking, I wish.
Well, I was really feeling it, but when I interrogated it, I didn't actually really want another baby. It was just more this fear that I was coming to the end of a certain part of my life.
Like when somebody says you can't have something.
Yes,
you want it, don't you?
Yeah.
They
This
say,
choice
sorry,
is
your
gone
body's
now.
choice is gone now, and then you desperately...
I think often we don't think enough about people when they're too young having babies.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the thing is, if I'd had a baby at 20, Mark had his first child at 22, and it was incredibly difficult. If I'd had I was late, 38 and 42 from both my children. If I'd had them in my 20s or even my early 30s, I wouldn't have been as good a mum now, and I'm not a very good mum now.
You are.
I swear. I try my hardest, but I'm nowhere near as good as I thought I was going to be. Nowhere near.
Well, we all say that, we all criticise.
And if no, honestly, you don't know. You just don't. But if I'd had them 10 years younger, I would have been terrible.
Yeah.
So there's one.
Yeah.
6.5.
Well, anyway, Bridget, congratulations,
Yeah.
and we hope you'll be very happy with your
yeah.
beautiful baby Stephen.